What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Coffee with Dudes with Alex and myself. We'll be diving in today. I already drank my coffee today. It's a little bit too late in the day for me to continue to
Yeah.
have coffee on the pod. So we're currently right around 1 p.m. right now. So what do
Got
you got?
got a culture pop here.
There you go.
Probiotic soda. They're really good.
There you go. Nice. So we got some topics that we'll dive into today that can kind of go either way, right? They can go down many different avenues. So these are some popular topics right now going on, and so we can dive into each one of them. First of which is comfort killing ambition. What are your thoughts on that?
Whew. I think there's like a scent. There's like you said, they could go either way, and I think that you got to get a little bit uncomfortable to grow
Hmm.
for sure.
Hmm.
But I think that you got to have some sort of comfort in your life too. I think
Hmm.
about like security. You got to have some sort of comfort within finances and um, even within like exercise. Like you can't
Yeah.
always be trying to push to the next level because you're going to wear yourself down, puts a lot of stress on you. So I think that it does in some sense. When you get super comfortable within anything, then like it does stall your progress because you just you turn into like a zombie almost. It's like
Yeah.
that each day is the same and you continue doing the same thing over and over again and you're not really striving for more. And so
Hmm.
I think that that is a correct thing, but I also think that we do need some sort of comfort in certain areas of our life. And also like you think about within food, like comfort food, right? It's like we
Hmm.
do need like a lot of times you need some of those like unhealthy foods, so to speak, or those like candy and like cookies and stuff like that for a lot of people to have the success long term. Like a more sustainable diet includes some of these foods that are not necessarily like good for you in high quantities.
Hmm. Yeah, I think it's interesting. It's like I feel like if the comfort piece of things is actually being detrimental to whatever it is that you're trying to work towards, then I think it needs to be addressed. But I think it's one of those things that if you enjoy an ice cream sandwich, if you enjoy, a beer here and there, if you enjoy like some of these things, and you can still like manage to crush your fitness goals, or you can still like continue to track in the right direction, there's no need to do these extreme things and like completely cut things out. You and I have talked about that before, like many times of, you know, if it is something that you definitely absolutely want to go for and like you're like nothing else is going to get in my way and you have a season of like unwavering ambition, like by all means go for it. I'm not saying like not do that. Like you can absolutely do that. I think it just has to come in like seasons and it can go through ebbs and flows. But I don't think necessarily comfort is killing ambition. I think it can if somebody allows it to. I think comfort can, like to your point, I think it can be actually even in some cases beneficial where you find those things that are like comforting towards you, right? Like whether it is food or whether a lot of people use comfort with food, but like maybe it is just even a comfortable space or person or scenario or thing that you do or that you enjoy because how many times can grind, go through work through your 9 to 5, put in 40 plus hours, and you don't allow yourself to like do something outside of work that in turn like makes your brain sharper, that allows you to laugh and have some fun and maybe enjoy some time with people that you love. Like how much better would you come back to that following week if you allow yourself to do something like that? So whether it's comfort hanging around other people, comfort doing a specific hobby or activity, I think it can be extremely beneficial. I think the only way it's detrimental is if that comfort has more control over you than you do it. And I think that's where it can become this place that is no longer beneficial of comfort. Comfort's actually like controlling the person. And so if it's to that point, if it's to that extreme, then yeah, you may need to dip more into the maybe comfort is killing my ambition. But if you can continue to track in the right direction and imperfectly, like we've talked about before, I think enjoying some comfort is actually beneficial along the journey for sure.
I would say though that one thing that popped in my head is that you really got to watch it because like a lot of times when somebody chooses comfort over and over again, that uncomfortable thing can be very tough to
Yeah,
do
that's true.
consistently. It's like when you kind of fall off your plan
Hmm.
and you like stop doing shit for a while, or you get out of the gym for like a month or two
Hmm.
months and then you try to go do that again, it is hard to
Yeah.
get the consistency back, right? So that's where like having those uncomfortable things within your day can be very beneficial to like keep that consistency on those things to where you don't lose it and you don't make it so that it's so much more difficult to do because you haven't been doing those things for so long.
Totally, totally. That brings us to the next one. Do you actually need passion or just discipline?
Oof.
Like
That's
the
a good
first
one.
thing, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Yeah, like
I
I
was
if you
gonna
got
say the first thing that comes to mind for me on that one is like, yeah, I think passion is helpful, but it's not required, you know? Like discipline for sure can get you like when people say discipline is like doing the thing that you know you need to do despite not doing or doing it like you love it, you know, despite you hating it and like showing up no matter what. Like there is this very specific element to that. The caveat with that I think is like if if you do have some sort of interest or passion towards the thing that you're pursuing, it will make it easier because you actually enjoy it, you know. But if you
yeah.
just like white knuckle through it and just grit through it and just rely on sheer discipline, like you may be able to get the outcome eventually, but like you know, how miserable are you going to be in the
Oh,
process of doing that? And so I think timelines come into play, like you know, how far are you willing to push along that timeline of just sheer discipline and not enjoying the thing and like having zero passion? Like, how long can you do that for? You know, eventually you're going to start to look for something else or look for a way out or try to alternate or, you know, veer your direction that you're going in. I think there's got to be an ounce or a little bit of passion there. I think it can go a long way if it is there. Is it required? No, but will it help? Yeah, for sure.
well, I think that passion can come from different things,
Mhm.
right? It can come from you loving it, but it also can come from you having like a deep why behind why you're doing it.
Mhm.
Like that can drive passion, even if it's not something that you like. Let's say like somebody's 300 pounds and they're trying to lose 100 pounds, like they're like just there's no like love of the game, right? There's like they're like the passion's going to come from the outcome that you're after, and like oh, I want to be around. Like a lot of times people they need like something deep to push them to do it, and that is I think that could be labeled as passion too. But so it's like almost like you create passion from a why, from like a
Mhm.
reason behind doing something. Whereas like, and then sometimes that turns into a passion, right? Like where it's like, they lose the weight and then they're like, they don't necessarily, maybe they just want to like the why is keeping it off, but maybe that's not enough. And you
Yeah.
just, you know what? I actually like started loving working out and I started loving how I feel from working out. And now maybe that's the passion
Yeah.
that drives you to stay disciplined with it.
Yeah. It's interesting like how you can there's many different ways how you can leverage it to your advantage if you choose to. So yeah.
Yeah.
What about is work life balance a myth?
I don't know. I love it.
I do too. I think it's very dependent on the person. Like I'm thinking of the person that like cares about climbing the corporate ladder and like, you know, that person that's just like you know, my
Yeah.
status is everything, like then they're going to probably be very unbalanced, you know? And so for me, I'm just like,
Yeah.
how balanced can I make things, you know, when it comes to that? Like if I want to enjoy more, work more, I actually need to enjoy doing my hobbies more and doing the things that I enjoy more because it'll
Yeah.
in turn help me show up better, you know? That's how I feel. What about you?
I think that it's there's like certain areas of life that like you can't prioritize everything all at once,
Hmm.
right? And so like if you have certain goals that you want to hit at work, maybe you're going to have to pull that lever a little bit more and like do a little bit more than you want to. But I think like even work life balance can be as much as like having things to look forward to, where it's like you have the trip coming up in a few months that you're looking forward to. It doesn't need to mean that you're always just you always have this huge because I don't know if balance is like that buzzword that doesn't really make a lot of sense because
I
there's
know.
never going to be a full balance, but it is nice to have certain things to look forward to, have the concert coming up to look forward to, have these things. And I think for me those make me work, like allow me to work harder in the job,
Yeah.
and it's funny because they've had those studies that they've done, I think in like Norway, where they switched to a 4-day work week, and people were still working. I think they were working 4 days a week and 10-hour days, so a little bit longer days.
Mm-hmm.
But people were like more productive
Mm.
in those than the working 4 days than they were working 5 days, because a lot of times, like a lot of times within most, I feel like with most jobs, it's like you don't have like all this shit. It's like you kind of like do shit in the timeline that you're given,
Yeah.
whereas like you can
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
you
for sure.
can kind of just do it the way. But I
Yeah.
think that like in a sales role like that, like what I do, you really like you need to like the harder you work, the more effort you put in, the more you get out of it.
Hmm.
Like as long as that's like impactful effort and
Yeah.
like you're working on the right things. And so in that sense, I find that like having those trips to look forward to, even like having something to look forward to every month, if
Hmm.
that's just something on a weekend or something like on like a night on a weekday, that helps me a lot. And I think that is a balance too, where it's like, what, we're going to work hard, but we're also going to play hard as well outside of those things. And we're going to go on the trip, and we're going to go on the weekend away, and we're going to go to the concert and whatever that is for you, right? Everybody has different things that they love. You just went on a trip fishing, right? Like
Hmm.
that's a thing that you look forward to. Even like going fishing on the weekend is like a good thing to look forward to, which is, if you don't, I find that I don't have as much incentive. Like it's like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's not that you don't work hard, but it's like it just doesn't seem like it's for anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
does that make sense? I don't know if that
Yeah.
like
It just gives you something to look forward to, and it almost is like I want to make sure all my ducks are in a row, that I've handled business first before I go do the thing too,
yeah,
so like it even like helps you more, I think, be productive during the week when you look forward to something on the weekend or for that month in general. I think it overall makes you more productive, at least it does for me. I'm just
yeah,
like, okay, I need to get these things lined up before I go do that, which means like I need to focus on here and now even more so, dial things in, because I know I want to go have fun and enjoy the thing, regret free, and just like be able to be fully present. And so I can't do that if I just half ass my current state right now. So that's kind of the way I look at it. But yeah, man, great topic, stuff that we could go either way with. That was a good one. Anything else you have to add to those topics that we discussed, or anything that you have to say?
no, I like those. That's good. It's good. It
Yeah.
makes you think, because I don't really think about those kind of things too often, but it's nice to dive into that. That was quick. That was like a quick
Hmm.
about 15 minutes. I didn't even realize we were there. I was
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah.
like we're ending it. It's
Yeah.
like 5 minutes in, but
Yeah.
that was a lot more time than I thought. But
Yeah.
good stuff. And guys, we really appreciate you watching and listening every single week. We drop them every Wednesday, 6 a.m. Pacific time. And if you did like this one, all we ask, just make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of the future pods. And then just make sure you share it with somebody who you think could benefit from it. But we appreciate you. Hope you have a good rest of the day. We'll be talking to you soon.